Good morning, good morning, good morning. Today is Tuesday, August 20th, 2024. I'm back with another episode. Thank y'all for tuning in again. As always, I really appreciate it. And the weather right now is beautiful. It's mild, the temperature is mild. Well, you don't need your AC, but I don't know how long that's gonna last. But I can feel the fall weather coming. Football season, Roll Tide, who that? The Saints, Alabama Crimson Tide. They're my two teams. Rep your team now. Don't wait till the middle of the season and whoever winning, that's your team. I'm a Saints fan in the NFL, and you know my Alabama fan in college. And we're going to win the championship this year and the Super Bowl. I said it here first. So anyway, thank y'all for tuning in. I really appreciate it, right? And where I'm going with this one is, if you haven't heard all of my story, which I haven't told all my story, but I've told the story about back in the 90s when I went through my nervous breakdown and I fell off and I was doing bad, didn't want to be here, didn't want to live, what have you. I called myself trying the church route because I remember growing up in church and my mom always talking about Jesus and try Jesus and the Lord this and the Lord that, you know. So I said, you know what? Let me try this again. I'm hurting. I ain't got nothing to lose. My life screwed up. I want to change. I want to do better. Sincerely wanted to do better. It wasn't no putting on no show, putting on no act. I wasn't trying to impress nobody. I was hurting. I was dying on the inside, right? Hold on, y'all. Yeah, I was dying on the inside and I was looking for relief. And what I was doing in life at the time wasn't working. Getting high all the time, not caring about anything, isolating from people. All that wasn't helping. So some said, you know what, give God a try. Not knowing that God was already there. But I was doing it the way I was taught growing up with grandma and them, mama, that, you know, to be about God and giving God some of your time, this, that, and the other, was going to church, right? So I decided I'm going to do the church route, go in here, try to get saved. Hopefully God will deliver me from the pains that I'm experiencing, and God and Jesus, whoever, will make everything all right. This was in like 95, 96. 1995, 96. My mom died November the 1st, 1995. So from that point on, I went on this downward spiral into oblivion. And I reached the point where I was tired of going down and I wanted to try to come back up, try to get it right. So I went to a couple of churches, right, in my neighborhood at the time. And I'm standing up there in front on the altar call. Anybody want to join the church? Anybody want to get saved? Y'all know the routine when you go to church. We're having an altar call. Come up here, get prayed for. And I go up there and see the people getting the oil put on their head, and I see the pastor touching them on their head, and they falling out, and they on the ground shaking and shit, you know. So I'm like, yeah, I'm in the right place. I'm in the right place. And now it's my turn. And I'm getting all excited and happy. I'm finally finna get a breakthrough. A change is finally here. This pastor got power. I'm looking at him touch folks on the head and they falling out and on the ground shaking. So he get to me and put a hand on my head. And he pushing me. And he pushing me. And he pushing me. Ain't nothing happening. I didn't know I was supposed to just fall, you know, to make the pastor look good. I ain't into the church routine. I'm thinking it's supposed to something really supposed to came over me and knock me down and fill me with the spirit. I go to shaking too. I didn't know that I was supposed to play along. When he touched me, I'm supposed to fall. I couldn't do that. I couldn't play like that. So that started my journey right there. For what they call, people that have told me a bit, well, you need to find you another church, man. They ain't all churches, you just church hurt. That started my journey of being church hurt. I don't call it church hurt, I call it not falling for the BS. So, as time went on, I went to a couple of more churches, same thing. I told y'all about how I dealt with the pastors that wanted to sleep with me. They wanted to save me, all right. They wanted to save me from being a heterosexual male. That's what they wanted to save me from, and wanted me to become part of the community that they was pretending that they wasn't part of. That they were preaching against every Sunday, just about like they do now. All along, they partaking in the lifestyle themselves. So, I took a break. Said I would never go to church no more. Ever again. Now, for a funeral or something. But as far as going in there about trying to find the Lord, I found the Lord in a crack house. I found the Lord, I found my God in the hood. I found my God in the hospital when I was shot. I found my God when I was stabbed and didn't die. I found my God again when I was shot again at point blank range and didn't die. I found my God when I was drowning in a swimming pool and he came and rescued me. I found my God then. Never found him in the church. Never found him in the church. All I found in church was people that were like me or worse than me. I didn't find any good people in church. I didn't find God in church. Not saying there's no good people in church. I ain't been to every church, and I ain't seen everybody that go to church. So don't come to me without, there's some good people in church, God, Big Ward. Now, I love the Lord. I ain't talking about it. Y'all know my root. Y'all know my spiel. I'm talking about my experience. I didn't meet any good people in church. As a matter of fact, some of the worst people I ever met was in church. I met a pastor one time that looked at me, and I swore it was the devil staring at me the way he looked at me. A man of God, a pastor. I swore, I felt the wickedness in his eyes. He dead now. But I promise you, when that pastor looked at me, the look in his eyes was like I saw the flames of hell in his eyes. A prominent pastor. I saw it. I felt it. I felt the evil and the wickedness in his eyes. A pastor. That's my experience with church. I can't speak for nobody else's experience. That's why you can invite me to your church all you want to. I ain't going. Do I believe and trust in the Lord, my God? Wholeheartedly. I know I wouldn't be here without God. Do I know the Bible says? Most definitely. Do I agree with everything in it? That's neither here nor there, because y'all know my stance on that. If you don't, I believe the Bible been tampered with. By man. By evil, wicked men. So, I depend on God firsthand to guide me, not a book. Now, with that being said, let's fast forward. I told y'all I wasn't ever going to church again because my experiences with church, my own personal experiences. I've got great experience with God, horrible experiences with church. Let me repeat that. My experience with God is amazing. To the point to where I have no doubt in my mind God is real. My experience with church, horrible. That I have no doubt in my mind that the majority of churches and pastors are full of ish. That's just my view. Now y'all believe, hey, I ain't knocking all Christians with them. If you ever find a real Christian, a true Christian, there's nobody better on this planet than a real practicing Christian. There's somebody that really follow the teachings of Jesus Christ. You'll never find a better person on the planet. Somebody who really follow it. But the issue is, it's like finding Bigfoot. To find a Christian that truly follows Jesus Christ, word for word, action for action, deed for deed. They ain't just running their mouth. So fast forward to the day, and the reason for this video. Lately, on my YouTube channel, y'all know I speak highly of God. I give God all the credit for me being here still. I give God all the credit for me not being unalive, deleted. Years ago, I supposed to have been gone for the life I've lived. So I give all credit to my higher power, to my God, for me being here, for my success, for me making it through my failures, for the lessons I've learned, for the man that I've become. I give all props to my God. It is not me. I'm not some great dude. I call myself Big Water Genius on YouTube. That was a name that my God told me to call myself for whatever reason, I don't know. That's how I came up with the name. It wasn't me. What I know is through what God showed and teach me, not through the greatness of Big Ward. So I just want to make sure y'all understand where I'm coming from when I say my relationship with God is solid. Hold on, y'all. Sorry, y'all, I had to move the truck. Y'all know how that goes. Fortunately, I'm at work, so I'm having to do that. Thank God. So anyway, fast forward to the day. Hopefully I ain't left nothing out. Fast forward to the day, right? And y'all hear me talking about my God, giving my God credit for where I am, this, that, and the other. So a lot of people now, again, as have always for the past few years, when people hear me talk, they're like, man, you got a good relationship with God or whatever. So they think, they don't know what I got. But, you know, people think by listening to you talk, how you live, how you act, whatever, that, you know, you and God rocking with each other, right? So what they'll do is, man, I like what you were saying. I'll be at the barbershop somewhere talking and people be listening. I like what you were saying, man. I want to invite you to my church. You need to come to my church. My pastor did that and the other. My pastor such and such, such, such. I have people on here that email me, invite me to their church. For some reason, a lot of people feel the need to want to get me into their church. And I say no. Because I go to the club every weekend. Not every weekend, let me stop. I still go to clubs. I still go out. I still kick it. I'm still in the world, as they say. I'm still out here in the world, what church folk call the world. In other words, I'm still amongst the heathens. I'm still amongst the sinners. I'm still amongst whatever you call it, whatever other word they want to call us. When you're not in church claiming to be Christian and claiming to be this, that, and the other. I'm still out here. I'm still putting in work. I still go out. I still live life. I still go to the clubs. I still go to parties. I still go to events. I still go to concerts. You know, the stuff that heathens and sinners do, I still do it. And I'm like, by me doing this, and then on a Sunday I might be out riding or what have you, I'm looking on Facebook, what have you, I'm watching videos or what have you, of people that's going to church, especially women. I'm looking at Facebook on women to my church flow. I'm looking at Facebook about women, of women taking pictures in church. I'm looking at videos of women in church. We talking about women now. When it comes to my reason nowadays is not wanting to go to church no more. Not setting foot in there. And I know it ain't all churches. And it ain't all women. But by me being in the club and then seeing the modern day church folk, I'm like, when I'm in the club on a Saturday night, I'm already in church then. Cause it's the same atmosphere, same environment, same people. When I'm at a club on a Saturday night, the way the women looking in there, the way the women dressing in there, is the same women I see, the same dressing, the same carrying on as I see them on Sunday to my church floor. They looking the same as they look in the club. The modern day church is the modern nightclub. A lot of churches you go to nowadays, you can't tell the women apart from the club women. Church is supposed to come from out of the world. Not today. Church is trying to be a part of the world. Church is a part of the world instead of coming from out of the world. Church is not providing a place for people that's in the world to come out of the world. People that are in the world, if they go to church, they're going right back in the world again. They're just pretending that they're not of the world. But people with common sense, realistic people, logical people, we're not fooled by your shenanigans. So don't invite me to your church. Church is the modern nightclub. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, church is the modern nightclub, in my view. It's just Big Wall's opinion. It's not fact. This ain't, hold on. Yeah, that's my load right there. Again, y'all, I had to move the truck. So here we are. This is my last time moving this truck because I'm almost done with this video. So again, when I look on Facebook, YouTube, if I pass by a church on Sunday morning going to get me something to eat, or I might be just leaving somebody's house, you know what I mean? What have you, I pass by the church, I see the women going in. And it gives me flashbacks of when I was at the club last night, because the women going to the church look like the women that was in the club last night. As far as the way they dress, BBLs everywhere, tight clothes, tight dresses, short skirts. No moderate dressing anymore in church from women. And you can't say nothing about it. If you say something about it, you can't judge me. Well, so I ain't got time for it. I'm not going to participate in that. The people in the church nowadays, I can't say all, I don't know all. The ones I know. I don't know no Christians or church folk that actually live by the Bible. They ain't doing a damn thing the Bible say do. I know I ain't supposed to judge, and I ain't judging. I'm calling out reality and facts and why I don't go to church. Responding to some people that just invited me to church again, why I ain't going. So I know you're supposed to go to church as a sinner, needing God, needing to be delivered. But you ain't supposed to be that 10 years later and you still the same way you were when you went in there. Somewhere you're supposed to change. You're supposed to get delivered. You're supposed to get healed. Don't you? A lot of y'all been going to church 20, 30 all your life and still out here living amongst me doing the same stuff I'm doing. Ain't changed nothing. Why would I go in there with y'all and go to hell when I can stay out here and go to hell and just do what the hell I want to do? Because that's what y'all doing anyway. What's going on in the church right now, I know firsthand. Because some of my biggest freaks throughout my life was church girls, pastors' daughters. I've dealt with a lot of women in relationships or married that was faithful churchgoers. And they'll tell me about their girlfriends that's cheating on their husbands. With the deacon, with the pastor, with the church members, with one of the choir members. Everything that's going on out here in the world is going on in the church on a regular basis. Ain't nothing changing, ain't no different. Call me judging, whatever you want to call me. All I'm telling you is, stop inviting me to church. I go to church when I go to the club on a Saturday night. I'm in church then. Got the same shit. If you go to a club on a Saturday night, you in a modern day church nowadays. Same shit, same people, maybe not the same people, same type of people. The women gonna be dressed the same. The women gonna go into church looking like they're finna go to the club. And you can't say nothing about it, it's okay. So therefore, I'm not gonna be bothered with that. Church is the modern nightclub. It is what it is. I'm not the only one that see this. Church people might come at me, big boy, you can't judge. I ain't judging, I'm telling you what I see. Judging would be me saying, y'all going to hell. That's judging. I'm not passing no judgment on you, no punishment. I'm saying what I see. I see women in the church looking like the women in the club. A lot of times it be the same women. I see women that go to church men that go to church every Sunday, go to Bible study, every Bible study, and doing the same shit as people that ain't stepping foot in the church. Something ain't right with that picture. So therefore, if I don't see your life no better and no different than mine, why am I going? Why are you inviting me? Why are you inviting me to come in there just to do the same thing I'm already doing if I don't go? If going in there like I did in 95 and 96, if going in that church ain't making my life no better, ain't helping to make me a better person, what's the point of me going? Why are you going? Is what I want to know. Why are y'all going to church? I'm talking to the people that was cheating with me on their husbands. Why are you in church every Sunday? And then run me down. And don't even run your own husband down. Explain that one to me. I'm waiting. So again, before y'all come at me, big boy, that ain't our church, you need to come to my church. No! Get it, got it, good. Bye.